country.
Yeah, that's it. You see, I often wonder what is British country, and sorry.
Ding, 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 ding.
Right,
What's that you do? Is that phrase?
More sessions, we're taking it on the road.
Welcome back to the Moho Sessions, and this time we are joined by country artist Guy Surtees.
Hello. Good evening.
A big round of applause is due. I'm sorry to keep you. I was hungry, and if I didn't eat food, I wouldn't have been able to do this.
The burger looked nice, to be fair.
I needed to eat.
Yeah.
I had to eat and I had to drink. I needed energy. So, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you two again. Yeah, as we met on Sunday, didn't we?
Yes, we did meet on Sunday.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't.
Well, it's
I
Saturday,
was
wasn't it?
familiar with you, but not like as familiar as I am now.
Don't tell everybody.
That could lead us into any sorts of This is
we
a
can cut that bit.
professional interview, so we'll keep it. I won't tell you. Okay. So my kind of first question is I've not we spoke a lot over the last few days, but my kind of question is what brought you to country music specifically, and what brought you to music, and what do you, as a relationship with music, get from it and give to it, if that makes any sense to you.
Start with that one then. Yeah, music's just my life, so it's always been there since I was really young. And I've got a cassette recording actually at home that my dad did of me when I was about 4 years old, of me singing an Osmond song. So
We need to get a hold of this.
yeah, possibly do maybe like a remix or something. Maybe DC could do a remix of that. You know, just take the vocal and we could do something with that.
That would be quite cool.
That'd be for another episode, maybe.
That would be Guy
Season two. When we go on
Yeah.
forward.
I sounded a lot different, like a
Did
little
you?
squeaky, that sort of voice. So that's, yeah, it's just, and I've got vivid memories of me and my friends. My friend, we used to make guitars out of cardboard, and then what we would do is we would put radios behind pretend cardboard amplifiers, drawn on this cardboard, and we would stand in his front garden. He was on like a main street, and we would just stand there and mime to whatever was on the radio at the time, and little old ladies would walk past and give us applause and that. So that's, really it's been, music has been everything to me forever, and whatever job that I do, to earn money, it's just really to earn money and just so that I can make music. Country music, I've been asked this a few times, and it's a long story, but it's not actually that long because I know it really well now, so I can tell you.
You've rehearsed it a few times.
Yeah. I was brought up actually on country music, because when I was growing up, all the music that I was listening to was Dolly Parton, Kenny Rogers, Tammy Wynette, and other bands, a lot of bands around at the time, like Bellamy Brothers, that sort of thing. It was all country, but it was just, that's what music was. So to me, it wasn't country, it was just music. So that's what I thought it was. In 1986, I was listening to the radio one night, I think it was Radio 1, Radio 2. Andy Kershaw had a country music show. And he had this guy on there he was interviewing, as featured artist of that week with the new album out. And the guy's name was Dwight Yoakam. Of course, we all know who Dwight Yoakam is. The album was Guitars, Cadillacs, etc., etc. And I thought, wow, what's this? This is amazing. I'd not really sort of thought about country music in that way before. So I went out the next day with my pocket money and I bought the cassette of Guitars, Cadillacs album. And I followed Dwight Yoakam for probably 2-3 years, like as he released new albums. I've still got them actually at home on cassettes. That's like my sort of, that was what got me into country music many years ago, as we know. So and then after that, in 1990, I travelled to California with the plans of living there, and I was staying with a guy, and downstairs was my friend's sister and brother-in-law. His brother-in-law was in a band called the Tuners, and they were quite big on the sort of riverside sort of scene in California. And he said to me, "Guy, our bass player is going to Japan for 8 weeks. How are you fixed?" I said, "Well, yeah, let's do it." So he said, "Well, let's have a bit of a jam." So we got some beers and some whiskey, and we played a few tunes, and we had a chat. And he said, "Yeah, you've got the job." So that was 8 weeks of playing in a country band in 1990 in California. After that, I still like country music, but I kind of went on to other things. It was other stuff was going on because I was brought up in Coventry, so the two-tone, that sort of thing, reggae and that sort of stuff. Obviously, that was a lot earlier. But then there was other things coming up, and I was always listening to the latest thing that was going on, like through the 80s with all the sort of, what do they call it, like Duran Duran, Spandau Ballet type stuff.
New romantic stuff.
That's the new romantic, that's right, yeah. And then obviously you then go through through the years, I sort of left country music behind for a little bit. And then 2009, when I first heard Lady Antebellum's Run to You, which was like, wow, again, I got that same feeling that I got with Dwight Yoakam all those years later. Ever since then, all those years, I've just been following all the country bands, everything, so from Lady A, I went on to sort of Little Big Town, and Little Big Town, when I went to see them live, the Shires supported them. I thought, wow, there's British country as well. And it was just all this like, wow, this whole new world opened up for me. And I was obviously still playing guitars and, playing in bands and that sort of thing. And I was writing a few songs, never did anything with them at all. Until I did a 2020, with the lockdowns, a friend of mine said, do you want to do a radio show? I said, yeah, okay. He said, do whatever you want, any style of music you like. I thought, country. So I did that for like 18 months, and every week I was preparing for my show, as Mark will know. Listening to music, every day on my earphones, going for a walk. It's full of country music. I was thinking, oh, this is brilliant. So I did my show, and after about a year, I thought, you know what? I should be doing my own songs, not playing other people's songs. So the show lasted for 18 months, and my reason for giving up the show was to concentrate on my own music. Shall I go on?
Keep going. Don't stop.
My plan was to so through 2021 I'd written some songs. I thought I got this all planned. My plan was 2022 I was going to release record and release an EP. I had some personal tragedy that year which really set me back, and I couldn't think about music so much, so that went on hold for a little bit. And then towards the end of 2022, in 22 I'd lost my sister, and towards the end of 2022, I was kind of lost. I was like doing this and that. I was on my phone and just doing stuff. And I had a dream, and my sister was in this dream, and she said to me, "Guy, get off your phone and do something worthwhile." And that was the catalyst for me to say, right, that's it then. So get my songs, get them demoed, recorded, released, and here I am.
There you go. That's
Let's
a
take a
full
rest
life
now.
story from year 4 to now. To me, you're kind of like a traditional kind of sound, like old country style. Would I be right in?
Probably not really. No. What have you heard of mine?
Well, I
Not
suppose
put
I'm
on the
only.
spot there.
I suppose I'm only talking live in the living room, and
Oh yeah.
you sang 3 songs that were kind of, to me, sounded very. Songwriting wise, they sounded very kind of traditional and.
Yeah. I've gone for more of a kind of American sound, sort of like new country, rock, blues type of sound. But for Live in the Living Room, I was thinking, right, this is a songwriter's round. I've got to do something which isn't obviously country, rock, blues, because it's not going to work, especially the first round.
Okay.
Early doors. I don't want to rock the place. Plus, of course, can't really get the band in or whatever. Yeah. So, but I've been writing. Oh God, I write probably 2 songs a week, 2-3 songs a week, probably. Not full songs, but I get the ideas while I'm driving, washing up, shopping, anything is a song. So. Yeah, I've got some really traditional kind of country sounding songs that I'm thinking now, that's not really me anymore. But who knows? Maybe I'll give them a try.
Well, we're cool on Sunday. It was like a cool vibe. There was one you did about artists.
30-minute star.
Yeah, I really liked that one.
That was quite new. Yeah, like I said, the story with that was, as you heard, I was shopping, and I just. The night before, played a show at the Cavern Club and on stage for 30 minutes, and everyone was clapping, cheering and loving me. I was the star of the show. And the next day, walking around the supermarket with my trolley, I was looking around thinking, well, this is different because last night I was, getting all the admiration and adoration from people. So I had the idea of 30-minute star, so I wrote a song about it.
It was really cool, just the lyrics and just the whole vibe of it. Really.
It's not really country actually, that one, but it's a nice kind of
Maybe acoustic, anything can sound country.
yeah. That's it. You see, I often wonder what is British country, and
Oh,
sorry.
Ding, 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 ding.
Right,
What's
cut,
that you
cut,
do?
cut.
Is that phrase?
Yeah.
Right, we Linda more so than me, but me also. We have this thing about genre where actually, is it hugely important? I tend to think if I'd done my British country music show again, I wouldn't call it that. I would call it British songwriters.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that more accurately reflects and doesn't pigeonhole certain people. I mean, Amelia's been pigeonholed as being country. She's certainly not country.
No. But some of the songs are.
So, some are.
Yeah, and that's how you can say you could say I am country, or you could say.
And some of lots of people are. Some of Kez's are and all that. But yeah, songwriters I think would be more accurate.
See, I think that's what the British Country Music Festival does. Like, they have acts that are not... Like, they had Dunwells playing, and they are folk Americana. They're like... Like, they maybe bring country vibes in, but they're more folk and Americana, and it's... I suppose what they are trying to do is it's about the songwriting and artists within the UK. And there is a big kind of debate about, like, what country is, and there was even a big debate about if British country actually existed, which I think was a bit harsh.
I've heard that as well from someone.
Oh, well.
But even American country, so and it seems that, well, particularly I think in Britain, if you say I'm a country artist, then nobody questions it. It's like, I identify as a country artist. Oh, okay, come in then, which is nice.
But then, see, I think as well, though, like, because some of the artists that I know, they wouldn't have called themselves a country artist. But when they released their music, and, like, country stations and country radio stations kind of adopted them,
Yeah.
and then called them a country artist. And then they were like, but I'm not country. That I don't identify as being a country artist.
Mm-hmm.
So they're kind of put into a genre by a radio station, and then they're kind of,
Yeah.
do you know, it's kind of like, I think genre is one of the most difficult things. I don't know how, if ever, we would get to a place where we could just say this is a song, and
Yeah.
because that's kind of what's happening. Like, I love music. If a song is good and it makes me feel something, it makes me happy, it makes me sing, it makes me dance, it makes me cry if I need to, all those kind of things. If it does that, then to me, that's what it's about.
It's only important when you release your music, and you have to say
You have to tell
you have to
them.
say what genre it is. So if you say it's country, it'll go into the country, bag, and then if you sell enough copies, it'll go in the country chart, and which may not be the easiest chart to get a hit from. So you might think, oh well, actually this song's quite bluesy, I'm going to put it in the blues chart, I'm going to say it's blues, and you might get to the top of the blues chart for whatever reason. That's the only time it's ever important.
Because music. Speaking of music,
Uh-huh.
it's if by magic, this always happens. It just appears.
Here's one we made earlier.
Also, as if by magic, I have a capo in my pocket.
Do you know something?
Do you know what the weird thing is?
Every single artist who's been in here, I've had the guitar, and every single one of you have all had plectrums in your hands and capos.
Yeah.
but
Is this a thing that artists just carry around capos?
I used to carry
And
plectrums.
plectrums.
I carry
It's just,
plectrums.
oh, I've got a guitar. Oh, well, I've got a plectrum. I've got a capo. You've got a capo as well.
Yeah, so it's just, I don't know what I think. Well, I've actually got a guitar in my car because I usually carry a guitar with me anyway. And I thought, well, I better take a capo because
I'm sure it's still.
if I get asked to play a 30-minute star, then I'll need my capo.
Is that what you're playing?
Well, you mentioned it, so I think I might do that one. I wrote a song on Monday actually, and I played it live at the open mic I went to on Monday night, and they were quite amazed, and they said, amazed that I played it so soon, but they liked it as well. But I don't remember all the words, but this one I do. So this is the song about support acts who travel around the country and play festivals and opening slots. You might hang around for a few hours, even all day sometimes, to get on your slot on the festival. Or so it's called 30-minute star. Okay. There's a man inside the mirror, and he's looking back at me. His eyes are tight and blurry, so there's something he can't see. A world outside the window, where a million others live. They're the people who believe he has so much more to give. And he knows his time tomorrow. He'll be climbing in his car, heading across the state line with some clothes and his guitar, ready in his mind to be a 30-minute star. He takes stories from his memory and he turns them into song, telling tales of his weakness, hoping they will make him strong. But he knows no one could ever be as critical and grim. He don't care for all the praise, every performance is for him. And he knows his time tomorrow. He'll be climbing in his car, heading across the state line with some clothes and his guitar, ready in his mind to be a 30-minute star. Only those that share the same road can feel the pain and see the scar. Those who are looking for fulfillment and always push themselves too far know exactly what it takes to be a 30-minute star. There's a man inside the mirror, knows exactly who to be. There is someone quite familiar, and he looks a lot like me. But it takes him all his courage just to walk outside the door, 'cause the million other people always want him to be more. And he knows his time tomorrow. He'll be climbing in his car, heading across the state line with some clothes and his guitar, ready in his mind to be a 30-minute star. And I know that you've all seen them. You know exactly who they are. They're the ones who hang around at the merch stand and the bar, waiting for their chance to be a 30-minute star. Thank you very much. The crowd went wild. Woo. Great song.
Yeah, I just love the lyrics in that.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just that story, and I think it relates. People can relate to it.
It's really cool about that. So, when I said that I thought you were a traditional country artist, where do you see yourself then? If you don't see, like, where is your vision of your music?
I don't know, because I'm kind of a bit more now into the bluesy side of country. So there's a website called s01e04. Have you heard of it? It's an AI website, and you drop your songs into this website, and it will tell you everything about your song. So it actually knows. It'll tell you obviously the tempo, the key, the instruments, and it will also tell you what genre it is. It will tell you where in the song. Yeah, you need to look at that. I'll send you the link.
Please.
And so I've done that with 3 or 4 of my songs. And it seems to be that they're telling me it's country rock blues. Now that's not, I like being there, but I've got, like I say, other sub-genres to country that I want to try. Particularly the bluesy side, because, R&B, as in rhythm and blues, was another thing which I moved on to when I left country behind for a little while. I think people like 9 Below Zero. You know them? I'm going to see them tomorrow night, actually. And yeah, they're still going, and big influence on me, probably on my songwriting as well. So I want to look into that, but also I'm thinking about doing more of that acoustic-y types things and not overcooking it so much, because when I get in the studio, I kind of think, I do say to my co-producer Paul, I say, well, I've got obviously a little bit of money, but there's a budget, there's a limit, So we sort of go, I say, oh, let's listen to some stuff. We listen to other things that are going on. We say, oh yeah, that's good. Let's try something a bit like that, and we sort of build it up. And I like big songs, and I like to have a big guitar riff and layered guitars. And he's a drummer, so we have a big drum sound, and I do love that. But then when it gets onto something like Live in the Living Room, Gives Back, you sit down on a stool with a guitar, thinking, well, I can't do that one, or that one, because they're not going to work. So yeah, I'm going to try different things. I'm in this just for myself. I'm on the journey just for self-discovery, to find out what suits me. And I think I've just scratched the surface now with my songwriting. And yeah, like I say, I write a song probably 2 a week, sometimes more. I've got my phone full of voice notes and lyrics and that sort of thing.
It's quite interesting because, I think you've been in, or as I've seen, you've been in the scene for, is it maybe 6 months? Or is it
Since March, probably almost, about that. Not a long time.
And you've had quite considerable success, because I remember seeing a post where you posted all your
Yeah, that's right. Achievements. Yeah, I've done a lot of things, and it's been amazing. But I kind of, on the one hand, it's never enough, and on the other hand, it's a bit too much. It's like, I need to slow down. I can't. It's running away with me. But when I started this journey, I likened it, and I put a post onto TikTok actually, and I likened it to a train journey, where the train is starting. There's a track, and the train has no brakes, and I've got to make the decision to stay on the train or to jump off. And I don't like jumping off trains, so I'm staying on.
Does the train not have a brake though sometimes?
No brakes on the train. No, there's plenty of fuel, but there's no
brakes.
There's no brakes. But I guess the fuel is created by me, so I'm creating the fuel for the train to keep going.
So the driver doesn't change.
No, there's no driver. No, the driver's me. I'm the driver.
Don't burn out though,
No,
because the music industry can be a tough cookie to crack.
really tough, yeah, and it can really. I mean, I have really bad days sometimes, and really good days. So it is a roller coaster, and I know from past experience, if I've done, say, 3 gigs. I mean, I'm a gigging musician anyway, so I'd go and do covers gigs. So if I do like 3 really good gigs at the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, on a Monday, it's a bit of a big come down. It doesn't affect me so much now. What affects me more is if I go and do like 1 performance of my own songs and have a bad performance, or I'm in the studio and it's vocal day and I just can't cut it, and that really affects me.
Yeah, it's tough going. I think it's time for some fun questions now.
Oh yeah, come on then.
It's a this or that now. It's a this or that thing.
All right, yeah.
I think I might change the names of the this or that. Just see where we go. Love or money?
He's thinking about
It's
it.
tough one, isn't it? I'm thinking that.
The first one didn't actually do it, but
You're the first one who's actually paused.
Really?
You're the first one.
I'm gonna go for money.
Huh? You
Money.
going for
I'm
money?
gonna go for money. Yeah, I'm not a materialistic person. But at the moment, I'm thinking, well, that money would help me to get where I want to be, whereas love wouldn't really.
fair enough.
So you're the first one to. That's very honest, isn't it? Very honest. Very honest. Guitar or singing? I know I'm asking the hard ones, but wait,
Yeah.
there's more to come.
I absolutely love singing. And if it's like a choice, isn't it?
Kind of it, yeah.
I don't think you have to make that choice. If it's even and they both support each other, then that's fine. That's an answer, isn't it?
No, we need an answer.
But we need an answer.
But they're going to push you for an answer. So
Well,
You can't start
Mark's
coming in.
being nice, but we need an answer.
I'm equally mediocre at
Right,
both,
please, sorry,
but I
too
would
nice.
probably say singing. I think, yeah, if I had to choose one, I'd be a singer.
Listen, now I'm going to say songwriting or performing.
Oh God, that's even worse.
Told you they get worse. Wait.
They are getting worse.
Well,
Oh,
they'll get even worse in a
I
minute.
love performing. I love to
Even
get on the
worse in a minute.
stage, and I've done some festivals this year and some opening slots, and being on that stage is just amazing. But I'm singing my own songs, so it wouldn't happen without the songs. Can we skip that one?
Well, that's an answer.
Yeah.
That is an answer. I think. Anyway, will we change the names or will I go with
No, just go with it.
the same names? Okay. DC Brown or Will Hope?
Well, I can't.
I can't answer that.
Well, Will's not here and DC's stood there, so I don't know. I know both those guys probably equally, you know, and I love them both, but it's going to be DC.
Should we ask Mark D or a voice of a woman?
Content to
I've just asked it.
I'd have to be Mark, though, of course.
See, I'm going. I'm going to move out the motorhome and go and
If you
find.
like artists that have a penis, then that'd be fine.
Right.
Right, on that note, might be the end.
Great questions, by the way. Thank you.
What?
Kezia.
Oh! Kezia or Amy?
Kezia. Only because I don't know a lot about either of them, but I've seen them both live in the last 4 weeks. Sorry, Emmy.
Did you say you had a question to ask me?
I did, yeah.
Oh.
Does the motorhome have a name?
Does the motorhome have a name?
Yeah, I've been wondering that.
Good question.
Well, that's a vet. Moho is probably what it's called, really. That's its name. But it doesn't have an official.
I don't know. Will's probably named it already.
And he's not told us.
He's not told us about it.
Do you have a name suggestion?
No, I don't know. Just thinking, like we're talking about Jackson Lake, he's got the van called Wilma, and that was what made me think. I thought, I wonder if you've named, because you know you've come away for the week in the motorhome. I thought you'd give it a name.
It'll probably have to be called Amelia.
Cece. It's named after the dog.
Or a mixture of Amelia, Tammy, Cece, Hank. They've got a Hank.
Yeah, Hank's the rabbit.
And then have they not got another dog?
Yeah.
A dog? What's its name again? That little dog.
The longest.
I don't know. I'm supposed to be a super fan. I should know that.
Reef.
Or just call it Amy. Amy T. Or Tammy. A mixture. Anyway.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
That was fun.
Thank you. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.